It's April 25th, 2024. I'm inside of this with the United States of America Federal Reserve note, an ONE, and an In God We Trust. There's Jackson, and then the White House. Um, I was, and I really should get a Hamilton and U.S. Treasury note. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to try and grab one of those. And then with Hamilton and U.S. Treasury. Now, when I'm in the food store, I was at work today. I was on surveillance camera in the local food store. And Tia Frio 1975 introduced me to persons out in the field in the whatever, where they needed social services. They needed something called an EBT card, which is, I guess, electronic funds of some sort. When you can't afford your groceries, you can apply for this service, and they give you temporary relief. Even though I've been unemployed, I've applied for it several times throughout the years when I can't find employment or when I was in really hard times, and I've been denied. I don't know why. But I noticed that in the local grocery store, um, there are some people who come in with it, which I noticed, which it's really confusing because they just put up on in the store this sign about EBT scams. And I'm if I stay in the construct of the conversation, I understand that at times when people don't have employment, so they don't have to steal food and so on and so forth, that they get these credits. But what's concerning to me is when I see people come in and they're dressed in paraphernalia and gear like they're part of a vacationers club, and yet they're still using it. I mean, even in my hardest times of being unemployed, I was not allowed that level of social service. So I don't understand how how exactly that works, how the state qualifies people. Again, I don't have access to that level or of process or whatever. Um, and then there's this concern about some that come in that don't even use a 26 letter alphabet, but yet they somehow have access to some level of advocate or something that helps them fill out an application and access these electronic funds on this EBT card. I don't know if that's to bypass the cash system that we use, but it's this layer of really gray area with spaceship technology, aliens, and are they American? I Are they familial? Say, so I'm not going to say anything at this point. In my silence, I think says enough. Um, it's on surveillance camera, and I'm at the food store being put in this position of this is whatever the community is, I suppose. I mean, like, I don't know. Uh, but it is, it's great that these benefits are available. It's just I'm confused as to who they're available for. Also I had same um there was a woman who came online today who was buying a box of Entenmann's, and I mentioned to her because my mother loves the Entenmann's cupcakes. Entenmann's makes these cupcakes that are seasonal. So, like Valentine's Day, they're this beautiful red shade. For St. Patrick's Day, they're in a green shade. And they'd have them for a couple of different holidays. And she loves to buy them. She's always excited when they come out. It's, I don't know, it's seasonal, it's celebratory. It makes one of the few things that makes my mother happy. Um, and I went into Rite Aid, the local pharmacy, which used to be Genevieve's. Now it's Rite Aid for some reason. They had a name change. And the personnel that's working in the store, I went in and I asked for these cupcakes for my mom for St. Patty's Day. And the woman now working in the store in Rite Aid in Bayside looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language to her. And I'm like, you're working the store and stocking the shelves. I was like, Entenmann's. And she's like, no, I don't know. And I'm like, you used to sell them on the shelf. And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, all right. And then my father tells me that they're no longer carrying Thomas English muffins. More confusing in the local pharmacy, in the local Rite Aid store. I have no idea how these things happen, but it's concerning because it's one of the few things that um, she appreciates. And so the woman says to me while I'm online on the surveillance camera at Stop and Shop, she says to me, she's like, yeah, there's a lot of changes, it seems like, taking place or going on. Um, and so it's just worth a mention at the moment. This morning on the C the BS, they had on something about the milk with Gounder, uh, and so they're confirming it. The other night I had on Channel 7. Um, I mean, they're claiming it's bird flu, um, but it smells like burnt plastic to me when I heat it in the microwave. Um, and then, of course, there's this using the phones to pay at the register. Rather, like it was one thing with the plastic Visa or MasterCards and electronic funds. That's one level of conversation, switching from the cash to the plastics. But now they're doing electronic signatures where they're moving the phone to do these electronic wallets, which just brings in this whole another level of advanced programming and the whatever and the whatever. But it is of alarming concern with other things that I have going on in the local area. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way universe, galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. Oh, and just for timing of things, Jerry Seinfeld and Gaffigan just came out with some movie called Pop Tart. It looks absolutely hilarious. Um, Something to look forward to, I suppose. Um, so again, in timing and sequence of things.